Hi students, welcome to second year accountancy class. We are in the last chapter, that is fifth chapter, computerized accounting. In my previous class I told you that this is the digital era and we have to follow computerized accounting only. Manual accounting is nowhere now. It is almost vanished from the market. Only for small petty firms, for just evidence they are writing on papers, but completely submission of reports to government, tax submission, everything has become online nowadays. So even though you write on paper, again it should be computerized by a chartered accountant or by a tax consultant in a official format, and that will be uploaded into the concerned website. So nowadays paperwork is only 20%. 80% is digital work. So you people also get acquainted with the system. Always learn how to use computers in data sharing, data generation, storing of data. As the other day I told you that learn computers. Clear? So in this class we are going to learn how the accounting process starts. How many steps are involved in manual accounting and computerized accounting? What are the major differences between these two? Then we will be able to understand the advantages of computerized accounting. Why every firm all over the world, right from a medical shop to multinational company, as I said earlier, are following computerized accounting only. Even you go to a very modern, sophisticated supermarket, maybe a large scale retail shop owner, everywhere you have got computerized billing, because we have got so many advantages. So first of all, when you become an accountant, when you start recording the transactions into various books, as already you are in second year, you know where the accounting process starts and where it ends. So how to begin? So my advice is, as soon as you join your graduation, immediately after second year, you learn some accounting packages, as well as if you are accessible to any chartered accountant, you join that firm. CA firm में join करो आप. So you do, whether you become CA or not, but you will get lot of knowledge about practical accountancy. There is lot of difference between the manual system what we learn through intermediate and degree books and what we follow in the real market. That is quite different. Okay, so you need to understand. Like you see in first year you have done purchase returns book, sales returns book, debit note, credit note, invoice. Okay, just we read only, but you exactly don't know how it is. Okay, we discuss a lot about shares, but we don't know how exactly a share is, how the document is, what it consists of. That all practical knowledge, and you see the various reports are submitted to government for the purpose of taxes and other information. So every form has got a number, so you should have that practical knowledge. Like in banks, for tax deduction at source, we submit form 15. So what are the various forms we have got, how it is to be submitted online, that all you learn. So definitely having this technical knowledge of online and computerized accounting system will be an additional qualification for you to grab an employment opportunity. Clear? So here, let us first discuss about the accounting system. Where we should get the information, where the data is available. Why should we record that? Okay, we should know why the entry is to be made and what is the purpose of that. Okay, so here, first, whenever a transaction takes place, where do we get the information? Say first about purchase. Suppose a firm has purchased certain material. Like for example, say this Sri Medhavi is a manufacturing company and we have purchased some raw material of some 20 tons or 20 units or 2000 units from some company. So how do you know that this company has purchased certain quantity of material at certain price? Where should we find? For example, if you have any doubt about accountancy, you will open a accountancy textbook. That means the information required for you regarding the second year accountancy will be available in your accountancy textbook. Similarly, in a business organization, when you require certain information about a particular department, where you have to search for, where you record. So always remember that any purchases, that means purchase of material, not cash purchases or not purchase of assets, but purchase of material is recorded in the purchase book. So where do we get, how do we know that certain quantity of material was purchased on credit basis? Through purchase orders. Okay, what is a purchase order? It is a letter or written note to the supplier seeking that we require certain quantity of material. For example, if this Sri Medhavi Junior College requires 200 copies of accountancy material or commerce material, we prepare a purchase order which consists of our college name, some number, then we address to the supplier, yes, we Sri Medhavi Junior College require 200 copies of commerce material or 200 copies of accountancy material. Then for some Sri Medhavi College, our purchase manager will sign that, and we send that mail to, or say that letter to the concerned supplier, some XYZ publishers. So as soon as the XYZ publishers receive our order, they start processing of delivering the books to our college. Okay, so that is what called as purchase order. That means whenever you write a letter to the supplier seeking supply of some quantity of material, it is called as purchase order. The same is also called as invoice, purchase invoice. So based on this, we prepare purchase book. After going through all the purchase orders, based on that, we prepare the purchase book. What is purchase book? Already you have learnt in first year. It consists of all the credit purchase of goods by a business organization. The same comes sales. How do we come to know that the particular quantity of goods are being sold by our firm? Through sales book. How do we record sales book? Based on what document? What is the source of document for preparation of sales book? The source of document is sales orders or say sales invoice. So when different people require goods from our company and when we sell, we prepare the sales invoice. Based on that sales invoice, we prepare sales book. So if any accountant, that means any employee or any authority of our firm would like to know what are the credit sales of our organization, simply you look at the sales book. What does the sales book consists of? Date, particulars, LF, outward invoice number and amount. It will consist of all the particulars of credit sales of goods only, not assets. Okay, that is sales book. Then we have to prepare cash book. Why should we prepare cash book? To record all the cash receipts and cash payments. Cash book discloses the cash balance at the end of a particular period, maybe after 1 week, maybe after 1 month, okay, maybe after 2 months or 6 months or 1 year. Cash book means it is a summary of all the cash receipts and cash payments. But what is the source document for cash book? How do you prepare cash book? Based on what? So you have to see cash bills. So by seeing the cash bills, you have to prepare cash book. Then bank book. Bank book is nothing but passbook. Okay. So how do you prepare passbook? Based on the checks. How many number of checks you have received and what number of checks you have issued in favor of your employees, your creditors, your suppliers or to the government. Checks issued means you are making payments. Checks received means you are receiving money through bank. So by seeing the checkbook, what amount of checks you have received and what amount of checks you have issued, based on that we prepare bank book. Then comes debit note. Why debit note is used? In order to record the purchase returns book. Okay, many times as you know that when we purchase some material due to bad quality or any reason, we may return the goods to our supplier. So whenever we return goods to our supplier, we have to prepare a debit note and the same is to be sent to the supplier along with the goods returned, as already we have learnt this in first year. So based on the debit note, we prepare purchase returns book. Similarly, whatever the goods we have sold to our customers, some customers may return goods to us. They are called as sales returns. Okay, some of our customers due to bad condition, poor quality, or any reason, any defect, some of our customers may return goods to us. Okay, so how do we come to know that what amount of goods were returned by our customers? Through sales returns book. How do we prepare sales returns book? Based on the credit note. Okay, so whenever we prepare a sales book, we have to see all the credit notes which are to be sent to our customers whoever have returned the goods. Clear? Then trade bills. Many times we have discussed about bills of exchange, bills receivable book and bills payable. Whenever we sell goods on credit basis, we have to take written assurance, written commitment from our customer that he will pay the amount at an appropriate date. So we, the seller, write the note on the buyer, that is the debtor, that you have to pay a certain sum of money, an unconditional order. Bill is an unconditional order. So we write on him, so he will sign. So we receive the acceptance from our debtor that he is going to pay the prescribed amount at a stipulated date. So according to the agreement, we give sometimes 1 month time or 2 months time. It is called as trade credit. So whenever trade credit is allowed, we have to generate a bill because we have to make sure of receiving the payment. If written commitment is not taken from our debtor, he may postpone the payment or he may not turn up to make the payment, then we will be in trouble. So that is the reason we have to assure that the amount is received. So for that purpose we generate bills. So whenever we receive a bill from our debtor, it is called as bills receivable. And when we give acceptance to our supplier, it becomes bills payable. In graduation you will learn a special chapter called bills of exchange in your second semester of BCom. So there you will get perfect knowledge about bills receivable and bills payable. So bills receivable and bills payable books are prepared based on the trade bills. So these are the sources of a original entry and these are the books which we prepare. So these books will supply adequate information for preparation of various accounts. So these are the inputs, these are the various books you have to prepare as part of your accounting job. Now, what are the various steps to be followed when you become an accountant? This is very valuable information. Really, when you become a practical accountant, you become an accountant of any organization, maybe Sri Medhavi Junior College or maybe a pharma company, maybe in a degree college or maybe in a multinational company, where your job starts. As an accountant, what you have to do and where it ends. Okay, internally there may be various works, but how this has been divided, what is your first step? So that's what we are going to understand. Very important topic this is, steps to be followed. In both methods we are understanding, manual accounting and computerized accounting. So by following these steps, you will understand why computerized accounting is very popular. Okay, let us understand manual accounting. When you follow manual accounting system, where your job starts. As an accountant, what you have to do first, that is called step 1. Suppose after 1 year, you become the accountant of Sri Medhavi Junior College. So where your job starts? As an accountant, what you have to do? So you have to write first journal entries. That's why in first year I told you, if you are perfect in journal entries, your job is half done. Many commerce accountancy students in the stream of commerce are struggling at journal entries. If you don't know journal entries under manual system, you cannot do computerized accounting also. Remember, though we may not be using the pen and paper, we may not be maintaining the records, registers, but the knowledge of manual accounting is very much required to do computerized accounting. Without manual accounting knowledge, computerized accounting cannot be done. So that is the reason, first of all, you have to be perfect in manual accounting system. Then you can learn computerized accounting very easily. Otherwise, you will struggle. So your job as an accountant is first journal entries in the manual accounting system. Then after journal entries, what you will do? Then you will prepare various ledgers. For example, you have written cash account debtor to X account. This is the journal entry you have written. Then what you will do? You will open a cash account, then you will open a X account. you will have separate ledgers for cash as well as X. So you will post that. This transaction will be posted to the concerned ledger. After ledger posting, your next stage is balancing. Highest amount minus lowest amount. Okay. So according to the nature of the account, you will get the balance. Then after completion of ledger balances, what you will do? You will prepare trial balance. As already many times I told you, trial balance is the statement prepared to know the arithmetical accuracy of the ledger balances. Whether the ledger balancing is correct or not, to verify that we prepare a statement. That statement is called a trial balance. After preparation of trial balance, what we do? We go for final accounts. So as part of final accounts, what we prepare? We prepare a trading account, we prepare profit and loss account, then we prepare balance sheet. So your job is like this under manual accounting. We write for journal entries, we go for ledger posting, then ledger balancing, then preparation of trial balance, then we prepare final accounts. As part of final accounts, we prepare a trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. When it comes to computerized accounting, what is your first step? Is the company creation. What do you mean by company creation? Already your company is there. Already you have started Sri Medhavi Junior College. But in the computers, you have to create that name. Sri Medhavi Junior College, any name, some XYZ company, okay, you have got various steps. If you are following Tally accounting package, you have to use F12 functional key. So by pressing F12, that allows you to create a company. Creation of company means on the screen, you have to type the name. You have to create the company. So it is part of your accounting package. You will learn at graduation level. So you have to create the company. After creation of company, then you have to create ledgers. Ledger creation means you have to create the names of debtors and creditors. See, any accounting package does not allow typing. Like suppose you receive cash from Madhusudan, you cannot write cash account debtor to Madhusudan account on system. Before writing that entry, the name of the customer must be there, debtor must be there. Madhusudan you have to create ledger. Whether it is a debtor or creditor, you have to mention. That is called as creation of groups, creation of ledgers. That is to be done as part of accounting package. Then you have to enter the vouchers. After creation of ledgers, then based on the vouchers. Voucher is a written slip. It is a evidence for every transaction. Then we have to enter all the vouchers, whatever we have. Then automatically, this accounting package will give you the option called reports. Okay. Reports means the results. Whatever you want. See, in manual accounting system, what you are doing? You are preparing trial balance on your own. But when you go for computerized accounting, you need not prepare trial balance. Simply you go to reports, you click trial balance, it will display the trial balance. You click trading account, it will give you the trading account answer. You click P&L account, it will give you the P&L account answer. You click balance sheet, it will give you the balance sheet answer. That means under computerized accounting system, only first 3 steps are required. You create the company, you create the ledgers, you enter the vouchers. Okay, all the remaining steps will be done automatically by the computer. That is the reason every firm is following computerized accounting, right?